but can't. Alrighty, let's start doing this. So, oh yeah, camera A. A. The heck, you're not supposed to be on yet. There we go. Alrighty. Green on. Hello everybody, it's me. We're back again, and guess what I forgot? I forgot to bring the raccoon fired pot. Ugh! So frustrating. So sorry about that, guys. I'll probably bring it tomorrow, but I actually have one of my friends staying with me, so I wanted to show her that, so now I won't be able to. She's leaving tomorrow, so whatever. Life goes on. I'm going to get right into it. We got 3 pots for you guys today, like we do every day, and so I'll see you over there in a second. Green off. Camera C. Alrighty. And you. Whoop. I feel like we're just jamming good today. This will be a good jam day. Okay. So if I'm looking at this thing, this one actually looks pretty clean, but we're gonna do a good job today, and we're not gonna like mess around too much with well, just because yesterday we had 1 failure. So whenever I fail, that means I have to like sift through 8 more minutes of footage. And you know, sometimes I just don't have time to do that sort of stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna get right into it. We got this right here. Camera B. Push this down. There we go. Okay. Hand right underneath. Then we push this up. Nice. I feel like I actually need to turn this up just a little bit more, because I feel like we're in a good jamming time. Do, do, do. Ooh. 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 Right? Dum, 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 dum. Dum, dum, dum. Alright, now we're going up. Alright. Here we go. Jump. Right down to the bottom. Ah, there we go. Ah, look, so we ripped it off. Clay's a little bit hard, but that's okay. Keep our hand pushed down and pull this back up, and we can get that back. We won't lose it. We are gonna bring it back up though. The only problem is once I do that and I rip it, that's the only problem with throwing with clay that's a little bit harder, is I just hate when it rips like that. When it's really soft, it just wants to do whatever you want, right? Hammer fist right on top here. Look at that. Bring that down. We're gonna take a little bit more water. Hammer fist right on that top edge. Bring that back like a chainsaw, right? Don't lose your wrist, right? Davon Larrett versus frickin' Levon, dude. That's coming up here in a couple days. 12 days, I think, dude. He's gonna win. Arm wrestling stuff. That guy, he's so cool. Anyway, open that up. And then smooth out this bottom edge ever so slightly. So here you go. Woo! Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Take that up. Nice. Okay. So that's our first one. Okay. We're going right down. Knuckle. Right to the bottom edge. Very slowly with these first couple pulls to get it even. We're prepping for a height pull, right? And so if we see a little bubble, there's a bubble on that top edge. So we're taking note of everything. We're trying to listen as much as we can to that clay. Getting ready. Another little knuckle pull right on this bottom edge here. Again, we're trying to get some of this clay in. Alright, here we go. So, we gotta ask the clay, hey clay, you got a little bump for us? Well, we gotta go slow here. Right, and look at this. We're going so slow up the side of the pot to do this. We got one more pull in this, I think. So let's see what we can do here. This next pull is going to be the hard part. I think somebody said something. Let's check what they had to say. Camera C? That's so funny. Thanks for watching the stream. Alright, camera A. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, you're on vacation. You know, I gotta tell you, I listened to Ethel Cain. If you're still here, I listened to Ethel Cain. I'm sorry. You know what it actually reminded me of? It reminded me when I was in my sad boy phase in high school. I listened to like so much music exactly like Ethel Cain. So it reminded me of my sad boy phase. But I listened to some of her songs. I watched some of her music videos of like the one where she's like in this like white tank top and she's like in a neighborhood on like on a bicycle or something. I watched that one, but yeah, I don't know if it's for me, yo. But I still respect your love for it because I was definitely like, I know that genre and I listened to that music genre for a really long time. So anyway, all right, here we go. Camera B. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we gotta make sure we get some of this emphasized a little bit and more inward here, right? Like in these spots. It's gonna get a little bit wonky on this top edge, but we just don't wanna, force it too much, right? We might have to just set it in the middle for a second more. And we got our tree. It is Friday night. Oh my gosh, that's so epic. Alright, here we go. We're gonna pull this up ever so slightly. We're pulling this out. Alright, here we go. Look at that. Oh! I ripped it. That's okay. Because what we're gonna do here, we're gonna do a couple slices and then we're gonna actually take that up and we're gonna do something fun with it. So whenever there's something that is a mess up, right, try to reframe it as an opportunity, right? I think that's really where the key is in ceramics. And so we're gonna take that little mess up there and watch me twist this up. And I'm gonna have that be something, right? Look, I turn that into like an element on the bottom tendril here. So we'll see what we can do here. Have a little twist here. Look at that. We probably got some little moments here that we can emphasize. Look at that. We got something there too. Right? And so that's all we did was we reframed that mess up to be like an element. There we go. So the bottom tendrils. Number 1, done. All right. Take this up ever so slightly. Camera C. Set that right over there. All right, you better not fall. I've been having a lot of them fall recently. I didn't take water out of there too, so I gotta be cognizant of that. Live wheel action, there you go, yo. Finally. Yeah, I know, about time that I finally listened to Ethel Cain, right? You've been like asking me about that for like months. All right, but here we go. So I'm pushing this down. All right. So, camera B. Push this down, right? There we go. We're gonna start this up here in just a second. Get that as close to center as possible. Seal that to the bottom, and then take that up. Nice, okay. Take it up again. And project that bottom hand forward ever so slightly so then you don't have to deal with that wobble on the top. You'll get it a little bit, but as long as you push that forward a little bit, you shouldn't have too much problem. And go a little bit slower too, right? And there you go. See how it's wanting to wobble, but we just push that bottom hand forward ever so slightly. And we're just slowly taking that up. Oh, look, that bottom got a little bit wobbly. Okay. There we go. Wipe our hands. A little bit of water there. Catch it. And then take that down. Push that down ever so slightly, right? Follow that contour wherever it feels like it's starting to break. That's where you want to set this right hand, right? And then activate the chicken wing on your hand. And there you go. You got something pretty on center. Push that fist down. And then pull that back just like a chainsaw right along that palm. And there you go. You got your nice little hockey puck to start with, right? We'll do it again just to get a little bit nicer. There we go. Pushing our fingers right down inside. We got to fill up the pond. You can't have the tadpoles dry out. Then you're going to be Captain Hook, scratching your finger against that bottom like you're scratching against a chalkboard, cutting through the clay, not pushing the clay. Imagine that 3 layers of that cake. You're just pushing that bottom layer. Smooth out that edge ever so slightly. There you go, right? That bottom, you don't want to have it too thick. I'm not trimming these pots, so I'm like about 1/8 of an inch, right? Right on this bottom edge here. Here I am, llama pole, right up. You know what llamas love? They love their volcanoes. Push that up there, just like that. Nice. Open that up ever so slightly. We're gonna go right down for a knuckle pull. Right on this bottom edge, we got our knuckle, and we're slowly just raising up. We're not trying to create too much height right here. All we're trying to do is equalize that clay. Once we got that equalized, we are gonna be cruising. Okay, we got one more. We're gonna get a little bit more of that bottom edge tucked up in that pot there. So right at this bottom edge, nice, look at that. Look at that. So we're just taking that little chunk up ever so slightly. Lessen up our pressure a little bit when we get to the top. We don't want to go too thin on our top edge there. And we're prepping for our next height pull. Okay, here we are. We got our thing ready. A little bit of water on the inside. Make sure there's no those friction on that interior there. If you're not, set a little bit of water and then drag that fingers right down and you'll rehydrate that top layer of the interiors there. Okay, anyway, right to the bottom, we gotta ask the clay, hey clay, you got a quest for us, buddy? The clay says, oh yeah, we do. Pop that out ever so slightly, and then we're slowly, very slowly taking that up, right? Like a slug going on its journey to find its next meal, right? And then, you know what I've noticed is you start bringing, oh, that one pot fell. Oh well, I saw it out of the corner of my eye. But let's finish the pot here. But I'm bringing this my right hand up and in towards like 6 o'clock. I started the pole at maybe like 5 o'clock, right? And then as I'm getting taller and taller, I'm trying to bring that into your hand up and towards the like 6 o'clock area, right? And why I think that's helping is as you get taller, I feel like you're starting to lift your arms off and you're not being locked in as much. And so what I'm doing is I'm really trying to bring that in, right? And so that way I have it on my body. I'm using the body as support there. Okay. So we got to get some of this water out of the interior. Okay. Okay. Get some of that water out of there. Do we got one more pole? I think we do got one more pole in this. But you know what, Ashley? Since they are all collapsing, we won't do another pole. We don't want them too thin. But we did get the water out of the interior there, so let's just make sure. I've been going too thin on the bottom, so we're going to do a little spiral right here, and we're going to give ourselves a little buffer. So here we go. Slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Let it rotate 1 or 2 times so you reset that little line there. All right, now here we go. So we're going to slow our wheel down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we got 6. All right, emphasize, emphasize, emphasize. We're prepping from when we start to make the tree top. Okay, here we go. Tree top. Slightly pushing that out. We got our spider pole, collapsing that in. And then keep that speed and then spread out those fingers as you're opening that up. Slow down that wheel ever so slightly. Kiss that top with your fingers there. And there you go. You got a nice little tree on that top edge there. And we're going to be at the bottom. We're going to pull this out ever so slightly. We're going to go right up underneath. Alrighty. Alright, fingers right up underneath. Pulling that up ever so slightly. That bottom edge. Don't want to put too much tension there. We're going to get our little wire tool here. Cut this bottom edge. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, take these up. Take these up. Take that out. Backwards on this one here. Look at that. Maybe something cool will come out of that. And then maybe we'll do a front one with this one here. Okay. Look at that. Okay. Emphasize. Twist up. Twist up. Okay. Twist down. And then twist down on this one. Here we go. Okay. Right to this bottom edge. Clean that up. Okay. A bit more water on this edge here. Open that up. Great. Camera C. Camera C. So here we go. This is number 2. We'll set this right over here. Nice. Alrighty. So this is the one that just fell. So sad. We're going to see if we can do some quick little... Oh, this one's totally... We're just going to let it fall. But we want to control where it falls a little bit. So you can see I added way too much water in that. It hit the wall, so it's kind of going to be a janky edge there. Yeah, kind of bad. So I just need to be more careful. But, you know, there's something cool about, like, this little loop here. So we'll keep this one, but I wish it didn't hit that wall, you know. And I just wish I would have took that water out of there. I added way too much water on that bottom edge. Okay, so we're going to fill up our little water bucket with a little bit more water. All right. Open this up here. All right. Camera B. Camera B. Camera B. Okay, there we go. Pushing this through. Okay, keeping that down. I think the music might be a little bit loud where it's interfering with my phrases for my voice commands, but that's okay. Push this down. Project that upwards. This clay's a little bit harder than what we were working with before, so we're not going to go too crazy with how tall we're going to take this, but we are going to take it up twice. Alright, and we're going to tilt this forward ever so slightly, and then slowly push this down. right? Keep our hands supported on that bottom edge there. Really activate your chicken wing over top until you can get your fist down over top. Then splay that out on that edge, bring that down, and then you can take that back up, right? And so when your clay is really stiff, especially like, I don't know why exactly, I think maybe there's something with the mechanics of throwing, but usually this top chunk is really stiff, right? And so you want to just work with that ever so slightly and get it to a point where it's a little bit more malleable. You know, think of it like stretching before you go for a run or something, right? Bring that down. Fist coming over top. There we go. Splay that outwards. Take that up. Nice. We're going to take that up one more time. And then look how much I'm using my hip here to push my elbow forward. I'm not holding it. You know, I'm using my hip, right, and my body weight to project that clay up, right? I see so many people like their arms are like shaking as they're throwing, where it's really, you just want to use your body weight as much as you can, okay? Right, even look, I'm projecting my shoulder downward, and I'm pulling that back ever so slightly. Look at that, right? I didn't really use any of my arm strength there, all body weight, all body weight. There's a couple of air bubbles in this clay too, so I feel like this is going to be a troublesome chunk. Let's see what we can get out of this, right? Right down to the bottom. And really, we want to cut right across this bottom edge. Look at that. Opening that up. Nice. All right, great. Smooth that bottom edge out. Looks good. Okay, great. A little spiral maybe. Right to this bottom edge. Take this up. Don't you worry about the details. Alright, take this up. I don't know why, but these songs kind of remind me of like the 2015 era. My heart alone, the rest of it is found. You enchant me when I feel around. If there are boundaries, then I like to knock them down. Alright, one more knuckle pull around this bottom edge. Right, and you see how we're not really getting height out of these first couple pulls because we're all preparing for this next pull. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Clay, you got something for me, bro? The clay says, sure do, man. We got a little bump for you. I'd love to take this bump all the way to the top of the pot. Thank you so much. Thank the clay. You got that bump. That's all you're doing. You're just guiding that upwards, right? When you think of a pole, you know, it's not necessarily a pole. I hate that word pole when it's talking about clay. It's more of a lift, right? When I think of a pole, I think of pulling a rope, right? It's not like that. It's more of a lift. You just find that bump and you're just lifting that up, right? Okay, one more. We got one more height pull in this bottom edge here. With that bottom edge, say, hey, Clay, you got another gift for me? And Clay says, we always got a gift for you, man. I'm taking that up like a slug. All right, I'll slow my wheel down. We want it to be just like a slug. Look at that. Right? Look how slow I'm going up this side of the pot. Right, in my right hand, it's going to 6 o'clock as I'm raising that up. We start at 5 o'clock on the bottom, and we're ending off right near 6 o'clock, right? Look, right near 6 o'clock in line with it, okay? So here we go. Take that water out. Alrighty. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Emphasize, 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 emphasize. There we go. And we just want to make sure they're all level. So then we do our spider pull here. It collapses all on an even line there. We're starting to go down ever so slightly. Hand on the inside, slowly pushing this out. Whoop. My embrace, I want to. Look at that twist, yo. Such a good twist on this one. Slowly bring that outside. Nice. On to you. Right to the bottom edge. Here we go. We're just gonna peek that little our plastic knife tool right up underneath that edge, just so we can get a finger underneath there. As soon as we can get the finger underneath, get a little bit of water, because we just got rid of all that water when we were cutting that up. And then we're gonna just pull this up just a little bit, right? One little pull here. And if I'm looking at this, I really think that we have some opportunity here. So we're gonna try to get some nice long tendrils on this. Grab our wire tool. All right, here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 3 long ones. Okay, here we go. Right up. Right up against the clay. Slowly allow the clay to go where it wants. Don't force it, or else you're gonna lose some of the looseness of these tendrils here, right? You're trying to avoid like sharp corners and edges, and you want to all feel pretty loose and smooth, right? Look at that. I mean, look at these ones, yo. You know, we might just slowly taper these. We're not even gonna do a little, right? Look at that. I think that looks great. We're gonna keep that just like that. All right. Get our tool right underneath, and that's number 3. Okay. We're gonna set this one right in the front here. It's looking pretty happy right there. Camera C? All right. Let's see what we got going on over here. Camera switches are clean. Thanks, Noah David Blake. Somebody said beautiful. Somebody said, hi, Noah. You know who this is? Huff Ma? Mrs. Huff, maybe? Old neighbor? Somebody said live wheel action. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So crispy. Thanks. We're going to slow down our music a little bit so I can talk through what I'm going to do next here. So next we got our one that fell over. So we're going to keep that one though. I think there's a cool little moment on it. So I'm going to highlight that in the thumbnail here. I'm going to bring this one over. You can see, so there was too much water, and so it really dissolved that bottom, and then it just tipped over, right? But we're going to highlight this little like arch that it made, because I think that turned out pretty cool. And we may even bring that up onto the top of the other one. Yeah, I think that looks okay. So then next, what we're going to do is we're going to take this little one here. We're going to set this right behind, right? And we're going to take number, I think there's a number 2. We're going to set that right on the top. All right. Great, look how that looks. Okay, camera A. Ooh, no, we can't have this. We can't have this end. We want this. Sorry, I just couldn't have that for the thumbnail. I want it to be kind of clean. Okay. Anyway, so here we go. Whoop. I want to have that on. Turn this on. All right. Green on. Alrighty, y'all. Here we are. We got a couple of pots here right now. If I'm looking at these, I think first off, this one right here, I think this one is definitely the highlight of the day. I think you guys just saw this is the most recent one. I think the whole entire construction of this one felt pretty smooth. I didn't go too crazy on the beginning though, right? And so I think that was one part in the process that I was missing out on. But overall, I think this one looks the best. I did 3 tendrils that are going up pretty tall, so I think it's emphasizing just enough on this form. And I don't have too much talking on that top part, so I think that it overall is pretty, you know, it's not going too crazy, but it just feels consistent, right? Now I'm going to go over here, the fallen soldier. you know, RIP. I think this one kind of has a cool little like rainbow effect though over here. I think that actually kind of looks nice, and it also emphasizes how these sort of things fall. They don't just fall or get wobbly and just like crinkle, right? They actually tip over like how I imagine trees would, right? So I think that one is actually kind of cool, even though it's like totally falling apart and disheveled. And then we got our one right on the top here. Very basic, nothing too much happening. I don't think it's anything crazy, but again, you always got to have those sort of mundane pots there. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. All the best and strong mentality.